Hello, welcome to my bench. Today we've got something hopefully pretty simple, and it's for me. And, we'll open this package and I'll show you. It's not packed very well, but you'll understand why here in a minute. Sticky though. These are a set of Senheiser HD120 headphones. Now, they don't have earmuffs on them because who cares, you know. But the reason I got these is because, let's just put it this way. In the evenings, after I quit making videos or whatever, I have a tendency to go in and maybe have a little cold adult beverage or something like that and watch TV. I have my Sennheisers hooked up to the output of my television, the constant level output of my television, and they work great. I like them. Not the greatest of sound in the world. They don't have the deepest basses or the best highs or whatever, but they're comfortable and they're wireless and they weren't cheap. They were kind of expensive. But I've had them for many years. But let's say that after maybe the second 18-year-old Scotch or something, single malt, of course, you have a tendency to forget you put these things in the chair. Yeah, I sat on it. Well, I've sat on them a couple of times now. And I worked with these things for a year with this edge pushed all the way up inside and glued, and it didn't, I forgot again, and that was kind of the end of that. So, anyway, I found this guy on eBay, and he had what he said were a bunch of these things, evidently from some sort of school or something like that. And he had them on sale, and I'll show you where I got them over here. He had them on sale for $10.49 with free shipping each. And he says in his little blurb down here on the bottom, it says, "We believe these are retired units from educational environment. They are dirty and worn. They have been briefly tested and function fine. They may have rattling pieces inside." No, I don't hear anything. Usually from plastic tabs breaking off. And they may have warped headbands. Well, this one definitely has a busted headband. So, anyway, it says we'll pick out the really nasty ones and toss them in the trash. And so they did. Well, according to them, he says here that they do not include the phones, batteries, transmitters, or dock. And if we look over here, what they look like is this. It's a neat little dock. It charges through the things that it sits on up here. And I have never had a spit's worth of trouble out of mine until I sat on them and crushed them. Well, I'll tell you what. I was expecting a whole lot worse than what I got. This one has the outside portion of the headband is busted, but these two relatively fragile pieces right here are not. This one appears to be just fine. I don't see anything wrong with it. Doesn't have any batteries, but we're going to find out. These work on two rechargeable AAA batteries, AAAs? Yeah, I think they're rechargeable AAAs. Yeah, that go in one side of them here. Yep, there they are. Just little old simple. I've replaced these before, as you might be able to tell. So we'll take the batteries out of this. The earmuffs are they just clip on by about 1/8 of a turn or 1/16 of a turn. These earmuffs are old. I'll probably get a new set sometime. And the whole mess, these things work on about 928 megahertz, I think, in that open band, 926 to 928. And I can walk away a long way to with these, and they still keep going just fine. So, my TV is on in the other room. I don't know how good the batteries are. I haven't had these charged for a while. In the meantime, since these broke, and I've been trying to find these, I've been using the headphones on my Roku, my little Roku remote, which is fine except for it goes through batteries like water when you do that. It doesn't have much of a range, and it won't. I don't have a set of headphones that I like that are really comfortable anyway. So, but I've been using those. But the problem with that is, I can only hear what I'm playing on my Roku. If I want to go to my Chromecast or just regular TV, you know, that magical new off-the-air high definition, get everything you want for only $29.95 for a little stick of wire with a B and or F connector on the end of it, called an antenna. I can't hear anything. It doesn't come through my headphones because the only thing I got through the Roku. So I decided, what the heck, I'll spring for a couple of these, and my thinking was I'll get two because maybe I'll be able to take all three of them and make one good set. Well, doesn't look like I'm going to have to go any farther than this. So there they are. Turn them on and tune it in. Ha ha! Wow! That's from my TV. So, put on my dirty, these are my dirty headphones, so it doesn't bother me. So, excuse me for a minute and let me try them on. Something I haven't been able to do for a long time is expand them out so they actually fit my fat head. Oh, yes. Oh, wow. Okay. That is absolutely beautiful. Now, I'm in my room in the Dave Cave here with the door closed, 25 feet away from the television, and it's perfectly crystal clear. So, these things have 3 channels on the base station. With this, that's run by this little switch down here, and they tune over here with this little thing. You just tune it for the best. It's an FM transmitter, a little FM receiver, like I said, on 926 something, somewhere around there. And the batteries last all night, and they just charge hanging up on the thing. Now, the thing you do have to remember when you charge them, turn them off first. And when you hang them up, you gotta collapse these because it won't sit on the thing right. And the other thing is, there is a silence sensor built into the base station here. It's one of these little lights. Yeah, right. The charge and an on-off. The charge light will light when you hang them up, and the on-off will come on if it senses any audio. So if you forget to turn them off and you hang the things up and you wonder what that hissing sound is when you walk around your living room, it's these guys being charged and on and hissing. So remember to turn them off. But so anyhow, I would call this a wonderful win. So tonight, along with my 18-year-old single malt scotch, like I've actually got some left over. In these days, I can sit and listen to my headphones in my chair with my feet up. Actually looking forward to that. Anyhow, wow, 10.50. Well, 20 because I bought two, but hey, if I leave these in the chair and sit on them again and break them, which I would consider to be a definite possibility, at least I've got enough parts to build another one. So, yep, there we go. Okay, so now that I have a working set, let's say we tear this apart and see how these things are made. Screwdriver. Looks like it's held, this side is held in with 3 screws. They're just plastic and plastic, little metal screws screwed into plastic. Pretty good size though, I must admit. Tight though. It says on here, do not attempt to recharge standard alkaline batteries. So in an emergency, I guess you can throw alkalines in here and it'd be fun. They'd be 1.5 volts instead of 1.2, but it wouldn't make a heck of a lot of difference. I don't think the innards of this are particularly that touchy. The reason I'm starting on this side is this is where the batteries are. We'll see what's in here. Well, okay. There's the battery holders, and there's the little speaker. It's 4 ohms. It says SA2 4 ohms. 24? No, 4 ohms, I'm sure. And a little board down here. So let's take this out. This has those awful wires. Well, some of them are those awful wires, some of them aren't. These middle ones are just regular wire. These guys on the outsides, this whole thing's covered with a hunk of tape. These things on the outsides are those coated wires. They're coated in enamel and some sort of wrapping of fabric, and you have to heat them to get them to solder to anything. I hate them, but they do make it so that we can have very small wires going all over the place. It says held in with 2 screws, and this side has the on-off on it. So this side isn't going to have the radio. This is just going to have, yeah, that's all that's on here. So what do we got? It's very busy for an on-off board. Peel off this tape. Okay. I'm going to try not to destroy these. Let's pull this down here and see if we can get a close look at this. Alright, so what have we got? Well, we got a couple of, like 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little, 4 little transistors. 3 transistors and a couple of 6-pin ICs. I wonder if there's any way, on goodness sakes, that I can even see what those are. I'm not betting on it. However, let's get the microscope out here and find out if I can see. They're probably all been shaved off, but we'll find out. I don't think I need anything for that. Let's see here. Let's see, mode. Okay, we're recording. Okay, where are you? Ouch. Pulled it right out of my hand. Let's see. So, it's got a, what does that say? 61K or G1K. ES and ES, those are a couple of 3 transistors, 2200, 2200 ohm resistors, and some unmarked resistors completely, or capacitors. Those there look like resistors, but nah, they may be capacitors, but I doubt it. And then that one says T1 and some sort of weird S, and that says X1, and I don't know. Well, I'll have to look those up. T1 and X1. 6-pin, little 6-pin IC, and that's about it. Might be part of the charging circuit. Okay. For the batteries. I'll have to look up. I don't know. If I find anything else, I'll put it in the description here. It's I don't know. I have a feeling it has something to do with the charging, because it's here where the batteries are. And this side goes to the negative side, and this side goes to the positive side, and that just goes on around to, well, that's the on-off switch. Goes on over into this mess in here. I don't know. There's a 0 ohm resistor, some sort of fuse in there. Yeah, I'm willing to bet that that's part of the charging circuit. Alright, so let's put this back together again. Now the other side should be a little more interesting. I hope. Okay. Alright, so now let's get into this side. I wish there's not really any good way to get this off of here, and this is very ungainly. Come on. Okay. And wow. That's weird. Okay. Let's go down in here a little bit and show you. It's an interesting sort of way of doing things. It's got these blocks stuck up through here. I guess we're going to see on the other side what that is. Here's the output for the speakers right here. So let's take this screw out, that screw out. Pretty much that's all that I can see right off the bat. And out she comes. Oh, okay. Well, there's a bit doing on this one. Sheesh. Yeah, there's... getting this thing out of here would be difficult. Wow. Wow, that is seriously soldered down. I'm sure that that is the receiver, and IF is in there. It's got to be. I mean, why would anybody put anything like, I mean, look at this. You know, let's see if we can get a little more subject in here. Yeah, get a little light coming in from the sides, maybe. This will help. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, blocking. It is soldered to beat the band. I mean, it is just... the little brick soldered through the board on all these tabs, and one in the center. They did not want you in there. Okay. Here, this one is the... let's see, which one's which here. Yeah, okay. This one on the bottom, this one's the tune. It's just a regular pot, and it goes up into this little mess up here. There's a little tuning cap, probably for, or resistor, probably for centering, to get it somewhere in the middle. And this one is for volume, and it's actually a stereo volume control. That's what those guys are. And let's see if we can find out what these chips are here. Yeah, not with my naked eye, I'm not. Not even with my geek glasses. Okay. Very hard to work on these things this way because it just... I just don't want to take them all apart, that's all. Alright. Okay. Start your recording again. And see if we can figure out what this is. Where are you? Oh, there we are. No. I can't get it to set down on the board. Okay, so that's that. Go on across and down and over to there. Get this at the right angle. It's a PT2 something. And it's got a glob of something on top of it. I don't want to make this video too long. I mean, this would be ridiculous. Come on. Clean this off a little bit. If I can. Isopropyl alcohol, 90% or whatever it is. Wonderful stuff. And besides, I'm pretty sure it'll kill the coronavirus. Don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure. Where'd you go? There it is. Alright, so it is a PT 2308S. Ah, alright, well, let's look that up. PT 2308S. Let's just get off here. Data sheet. So it is stereo headphone driver chip. So there's your drivers for your stereo right there. And then what's this other thing? I bet you this is the FM radio on a chip. And we'll never... Wait a minute, there it is. Ooh, wow, touchy. CXA 1838N. Okay. Let's try this place. CXA 1838N. This can't. Low current consumption. Ah. high performance on-chip bipolar IC FM AM stereo radios. It includes an FM AM front end, FM AF amplifier, FM AM detection output, and FM stereo demodulator output. So, there's your FM radio right there, that whole thing. And this must be the, okay, let me put you away now. Okay, hope you recorded all of that. And this has got to be the RF front end for the thing. Oh, there we go. On the back, nothing. On the front, that's what you got. Well, it's a pretty darn good little radio system. It's served me very, very well. I'll bet you that this track going around here, this big fat track, I bet you that's the antenna. Maybe. Yeah, it goes right into there. But this says that this includes an FM AM front end and IF amplifiers all in the chip and its little associated parts. Wonder what's in the big black box. Or probably not big black box. I'm not going to try to unsolder that. I'd ruin it. But anyway, there's your amplifier. There's your radio. And little associated pieces. And this is not a new, these are not new things. These are old. So anyhow, well, there's the insides of it. Uh-huh. And here's my antenna. Here's the antenna. Goes, little wire right there. Goes sticking up through the center of everything. And so the antenna comes across to here, and I guess just stops over here. And it goes right into there. Aha. The antenna connects. Okay, let's bring you down here. I just saw this and how this works. Alright. This little wire right here is the antenna, and it broke off of right there. And that goes underneath this little hole in this box into this. So this is an RF preamp. Evidently it's a pretty pretty well shielded RF preamp, and it feeds this chip over here. So that's why these are not cheap. I mean, these were, I don't know, 100 and some bucks, $150 I think when I bought them. They're still not cheap. You can still buy them. But yeah, okay. So that's an RF preamp. That's your chip for the radio chip, and that's your headphone amplifier. And the other side was all battery charging. So anyhow, well, there you go. So that's what's inside one of these guys. And I didn't have to take this apart because, thanks to, gotta mention him because it's anybody out there's got these things, and you too have sat on yours and broken them. This guy says he's got a bunch of them. Come on, hand. You can. Wow, how do I keep missing? Oh, I know why, because I've got on my geek glasses and my 3D vision is not good. Alright, so anyway, over there, set. So where'd I get this? I got this from Dasher Deals in Salt Lake City, and I think, yeah, I think I already closed that page, but if you look at the page, the first page, you'll see that where I got it. Anyhow, so there you are, insides and outsides. Hey, thanks for watching, and if you like it, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that little button down there. And I get a lot of viewers, but I don't get very many subscriptions. I need more subscriptions, because, you know, it's subscriptions is good. Anyway, hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to comment.